Ladies and gentlemen of the internet, welcome to another episode of Talking Trends for this Wednesday afternoon. Happy Hump Day, everybody.
The happiest of hump days.
It is.
It's a nice smooth intro with that music. I like that. I like that jam. I'm starting to get used to that jam. It's nice.
We massage it in, my friend.
Massage your humps.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to another episode of Talking Trends. For those who don't know, we talk about topics that we find interesting across the globe and bring them to your desktop, laptop, mobile phone,
whatever works,
to your platform.
We're just glad you're here, Facebook Live.
Exactly.
And everybody across the world.
And shout out to Car Productions for giving us these lovely motion graphics that you see behind us and at the beginning and end of each show. Hit him up for all your graphic needs.
Absolutely.
How you doing today, sir?
Feeling good. Did the stair challenge today. I'm good.
Listen,
we're almost there.
We have 5 more to go.
5 days for 28-day challenge. We're almost there, man.
Yeah.
So what are we doing last day? Should we do like a couple run-ups up? We'll do a race.
Oh my god.
No races. By that day, we'll just be like, I'm
just glad
damn stairs.
For today, it was a little bit harder, and I think it's towards the end of the month. I feel like.
Yeah, you're like almost there. Like,
I feel that way with my runs too. I mean, I got a little bit more, a couple days than I feel like 8 more days of the runs. I have 8 more days.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah. 7 more days of runs, people.
Welcome everybody. Thank you everybody for joining us. John, Brian, Naomi, Sarah, Kelsey, Mary, Gord, Julie. Rude Dog says, nice signs.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Much love.
A great angel of above delivered these.
We won't mention any names.
Yeah.
It was an anonymous gift.
Yeah.
A donation.
Blue-eyed angel.
Yes. So appreciate that. The rudest of dogs.
So let's jump into the topics of what we're going to be talking about
What do we got on the plate?
So first off, ever want to go to the Olympics? So bad that you work the system to your favor?
Yeah.
This lady has done this exact same thing.
To compete
in the Olympics.
No doubt.
Up next, Tony's going to talk about the interesting thing going on with the owner of the Dallas Mavericks, Mark Cuban. Interesting allegations going on within his workplace. Not with him,
but his workspace. No one is safe.
Right?
Yeah.
Then I'm going to touch on this subject where a man has been fined $300,000 for stealing, actually repricing meat vegetables in the self-checkout.
Love that story.
Yeah. And then finally, rounding up today, interesting lottery win. Lady wins the lottery, ends up getting, sued from her pastor?
Trying to do a nice thing and not appreciated.
A man of God. How dare he do such a thing?
Yeah, not good. Not
also,
a good look.
Let's shout out R. Kelly for losing 2 of his homes today. It's
Kells.
the remix to Eviction. Like that?
Well done.
Yeah.
A little golf clap on that. It's a well-deserved.
Thank you.
Well played, sir. Well
Shouts
played.
out. Anyway.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. I'm going to talk about this interesting Olympic story. As we know, the Olympics are going on right now.
Yeah.
And there's a lady by the name of Elizabeth Swaney who has now been dubbed either the best or worst Olympian. Meet Elizabeth Swaney from the U.S., who made it to the Olympics this year with spectacularly mediocre performance, slipping through the loophole in international qualifying. When she took the half pipe in freestyle skiing in Pyeongchang on Monday, she got through the same way she'd done in competitions before. She managed not to fall off her skis. So you ask yourself, what's so special about this goddamn story?
Yeah, what is so special?
So, Swaney is a U.S. citizen and wanted to compete at the Olympics so bad, but with no chance in the world of her making it to the U.S.
She is not an
team.
athlete in any way.
She's not much of an athlete in any way.
No.
She found a loophole and decided to compete for Hungary, the home of her grandparents.
Okay.
So, through relentless showing up at international competitions, she accumulated enough points to make it to the Olympics via a quota system designed to allow athletes from many different countries to make it to the games.
Yeah. I love how it's not relentless practice and hard work and training and staying on track. Just showing up.
Just showing up.
Sometimes showing up is enough
to competitions. And to furthermore, so this quota system, you basically build up these points, and then she also worked it in her favor where a lot of these competitions, you had to place within the top 30.
Right.
But in her case, a lot of the competitions that she entered, there was only 15 or 20 people competing. So she would still finish dead last,
Yeah.
but she wouldn't finish more than 30th place.
She couldn't go wrong.
She couldn't go wrong. So it begs the question, is she a good at? Like, what does she get credit for taking advantage of the system? Or will she just be remembered as either a horrible person, an athlete?
Well, this is a victimless crime.
Yeah.
First of all,
Yeah.
nobody's getting hurt unless the only thing that I can think of is if she took a spot away from a legitimate athlete. Of course, if anybody's better than her.
This is exactly.
She's the worst of the
She's
worst.
the worst of the worst. And if you're wondering, she did place last in the Olympics as well in this half pipe category.
Yeah, if you saw her run,
Listen, go to YouTube and type in her name,
go check it out.
Elizabeth Swaney, Swaney, half pipe, and you will see the most ridiculous performance.
I haven't skied in 20 years. I could do this performance.
I've never skied,
Oh, there you
and
go.
I think I could do better.
Yeah, I think you could.
I
mean,
snowboard, but I never skied.
It's incredible. The fact that she didn't fall down, though, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
I like how she did twisted at the end.
She got a little something. And she went backwards, which is kind of cool. Yeah, that was kind of nice. I don't know if I could go backwards, so she got that. I don't know. I think it's a matter of. I think there's an ulterior motive here.
You were saying, I never thought about it. I thought it wasn't that deep, but
I just don't get it. I mean, okay, you get to say you competed in the competed, and I say that loosely because you were at the Olympics and you did have a number on your chest and you did go down the hill. Yeah. There was no competition, but you got to say you were an Olympic athlete for a day.
Yeah.
You get to, I'm assuming all the expenses are covered.
I would hope so.
You get flight, you get to stay there, you get to eat. Yeah. That's kind of cool. And be a hell of a story to tell your kids, I guess. But I think there's another motive there. I mean, obviously everything in today's society, it's a world of social media and followers and likes. I can only imagine, man, her social media now is probably going crazy. Yeah. Right? People are starting to follow her that never even knew who the hell she was.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe she's got something in her back pocket that she's looking to whip out at some point and monetize this. How do you monetize this situation?
Do you really want to be dubbed the worst Olympic athlete, though? Would that be what you want, again, to tell your grandkids later on in life?
Well, you might not. Well, you're going to tell the story how you want to tell the story. Of course, unfortunately for YouTube, her story will always be revealed as what it really was.
There is evidence.
T-Woo in the house, he says, her smirk made it awesome. Yeah, I mean, just in the end, she was just like...
It's unbelievable.
Listen, what's unbelievable is the Olympic system.
And that's the thing. You know what? You can hate on her all you want,
man.
But she worked the system.
Dude,
don't hate the player, hate the game.
She worked the system. She followed the rules. I don't know.
Like you said, no one got hurt. I don't think she took a spot from another competitor from Hungary.
I don't think so. Margaret says it's like the guy who became famous for his horrible singing. True.
Yeah.
What's his name? William Hung.
Yeah.
Horrible singer.
Yeah.
No chance in hell he's going to get on that competition. He may have believed it on American Idol many, many moons ago. But listen, the guy did tours. He actually had paying gigs. The guy made it a career for God knows how many years.
This is true.
Listen, it's a good point. There's something else
She could be coming to Marble Mountain and giving some instructions.
She could become, she could be like a skiing instructor, Olympic competitor.
Could you?
She teaches ski. That's incredible. And that's a draw, believe it or not. That is a draw.
For sure.
It's a gimmick.
On the resume, having Olympic competitor.
Bro, I mean.
She could, that's huge to have on the resume. So, you know what?
I can't hate her.
I can't hate her at all.
I can't hate her.
A piece of me really wants to.
When you told me the story, I was like, I was in awe, and then I was like, fuck, I don't like this person. And then I was like, I kind of like her now. She's all right.
She's bold enough to stick through what she had to through the system.
Yeah. She beat the system at its own game.
Yeah.
Right? And I figured the Olympics would have like very, very tight rules and regulations.
Clearly they don't.
Apparently you can be the worst of the worst and still be at the Olympics and compete. So me and you next time.
Yeah, what do you want? I'm thinking summer or winter Olympics.
I like something safe.
Okay.
Nothing too dramatic or dangerous.
Okay.
Like no bobsled. I'm not doing that.
Okay. Well, I mean curling. Curling's pretty hard here. Well,
curling, but you have to pick something where there's not. We have to pick a country.
Yes.
But I think we have to go.
But we have
and qualify. That's too much work. All right, forget about it.
Whatever. Kudos to you, Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, you the main.
Yay.
Yep.
Speaking of the main, Mark Cuban, owner of the Dallas Mavericks and a bunch of other companies that
Super
I can
businessman,
only imagine, is doing a little investigating.
Yeah, Mark Cuban, of course, very famous businessman, billionaire businessman, very embarrassed by these reports coming out of his office recently. There have been some inappropriate sexual behavior, harassment going on there. No surprise to anybody, it's happening everywhere. So he's already become filing. Mark says he's already begun firing and suspending Dallas Mavericks front office employees over a Sports Illustrated article that painted the company as a nightmare place for female employees. Sexual harassment happening there.
Wow.
Quoted as being predatory sexual behavior, which is a very raw quote. That's pretty out there.
I don't think I would like to be described as such.
I don't want to be the predator. No. I'm definitely not. Among the allegations of the article, this is kind of the one that was like, geez. Former Maverick president and CEO Turdema Ursary allegedly told one female employee, quote unquote, "You're going to get gangbanged, aren't you?"
Wow.
That's what he tells another employee.
That's good.
Happy
hump day.
She replied by saying, oh, God. She said, no, I'm just actually going to the movies with friends. And he said again, no, you're definitely getting gangbanged.
Who says that?
To say it one time is bad enough to go, no, you're getting banged. It's like, what in the world?
Honestly, and reiterates, it'd be like, oh, yeah, well, you're going to the movie. No. You're gonna go get gangbanged.
Yeah, I've done my research on this.
Yeah, unbelievable.
So this not good. When learned of the incidents is reported, Cuban says he immediately took action, hiring an independent law firm to investigate and a third-party company to handle the harassment complaints. So good on him for doing that.
For
taking
sure.
an immediate step forward.
Jesus.
He's also fired you figure. He fired also the head of HR. Yeah, that's a good move, Mark.
Yeah.
Probably should have been gone. He also says, quote unquote, "I want to deal with the issue," Cuban said, adding, "There's a problem in the Mavericks organization and we've got to fix it."
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I think there's a growing trend between these two stories. The systems of which these people seem to slip through.
Yeah.
And in this case, what the hell's going on, HR department? How is this guy slip through the resumes, the interview, and then he makes it to this job working for, I don't know, I'd say quite a reputable company in the world.
Yep, great opportunity.
Listen, I'll work for the Dallas Mavericks.
Cuban.
Yeah. So, and then he works for this company, and then on top of it, gets so comfortable, and he's like, I think I'm going to insult this person by saying they are going to a gangbang.
Yeah, and repeatedly reaffirming that.
Even though the first time, you might have got away with it, I'm going to say it again, just to establish where I'm at in the company and how comfortable I feel.
Yeah. No, I'm going to the movies. No, you're getting gangbanged.
You're going to get gangbanged.
What the anyway, thank goodness that Mark is seems like a pretty upstanding company owner, and he is going to, of course, like I said, hiring the proper people to make sure this is not going to keep happening.
He's on the ball, if you will.
He's on the b-ball, baby.
There you go.
And also bringing in experts to educate his staff on the proper behavior.
Right, yeah.
Might be a good move as well.
I guess, not just throwing out the GB every now and then.
It's
not company policy.
You want to keep your banging of gangs maybe off the
unbelievable
off the office water cooler talk.
I'm gonna go to the gym and just say that to somebody today.
Yeah,
see how that works out. Even though I don't work there.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna say it.
Say it to a dude.
I should have said that to. Yeah, exactly.
He'd be like, I wish, dude.
Yeah. How much you benching over there? Oh, that's nice. Heard you're gonna get gangbanged tonight.
Where'd you hear that? Where'd you hear that?
Yeah, it's true.
Let me know. Anyway, moving on and upward.
Onward, upward, into finer and more delicious things, such as this story. A German man has been fined more than $300,000 for scanning meat as fruit at the self-checkout service at a local grocery store. I think I might be guilty of doing something similar.
You did?
Not to that extent. I'll explain a little later. Munich district court system convicted a 58-year-old businessman of theft for trying to pass off €47 worth of veal liver as cheap fruit. So he wanted to, instead of scanning it as liver, he scanned it as some sort of
cheap
fruit.
old fruit.
Yeah. So the court based the high fine on the man's monthly income of 24,000 euros a month. So he was making 24,000 a month.
That's a lot of money, bro.
Euros. So 37,600 in US. Let's say 40. We'll round up to 40 for Canadian. So
Per month.
Per month.
Dude, what does this guy do?
Not a bad businessman.
Not too bad.
Stealing, not the forte, but
he could afford the what was it, the liver veal?
yeah, I think he could.
He can afford that.
Yeah, veal liver.
Good lord, what the hell does he do for 40 grand a month?
I'm not sure. So he was released from jail where he'd been held since the theft in December.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's been in there for a minute.
Okay.
He also did not appeal the verdict, which was issued last month. So, also, studies have shown that customers felt more comfortable stealing from a machine than they do in contact to a human being.
I can see that.
So.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Listen, the other day, I switched out my nuts. Not my nuts, but, almonds. All these stories are connected.
Oh, hump day. Welcome.
Yeah. Almonds.
Yeah.
For a cheaper variety of nut.
But don't you scan it though?
Well, it's all weighed, right? So you put the number
okay.
in.
Like okay.
Here's what you want to do, ladies and gentlemen. So
break it down so people can steal on a regular basis.
I'm going to break this down. So what you want to do?
We don't condone this behavior.
Those almonds get quite expensive. Let me tell you. So what you do? You look at another number, and you take that number, and you wrap it around the bang, and
nice.
You put that in on the weight. So put it as bananas.
But you can't do it at bulk barn because they weigh your stuff. You got to go to
the self-serve.
Self-serve, larger independent store.
Listen, I don't condone any of this. I'm not saying.
You just did.
No, I don't condone.
No.
Sorry. I take that all back.
All right.
Don't do what I just said.
We're going to have to hire a lawyer.
Yeah.
Bad.
Listen, I only saved like $1.
Is it worth $1?
No, it's not.
Like if you're gonna get busted for something, get busted for like stealing $10 million or something. Like
this is true.
That's the one, baby.
Yeah, I don't want to get. Yeah.
TK, the internet is forever. Kelsey says. Yeah, well, it's on there now. So I would encourage everyone to download this, archive this,
unbelievable.
And when he gets busted for his nuts, bust his nut with the video.
Yeah, unbelievable. I apologize.
Terrible.
Listen, I've made a lot of donations over the last little bit.
Yeah, you're up for a little bit of nut.
Can I just save $1 or two on some nut retribution?
Oh boy! Oh, Rude Dog says he's backing you up. He said, "I've done this too."
Shout out to Rude Dog.
Shout out to Rude Dog. I don't want to say anything else.
That's all right, man.
I like it.
Listen, I just
sometimes you got to cop a plea.
I just don't understand why almonds are so goddamn expensive.
Dude, where are you buying your almonds? Can't you buy them at like bulk barn?
No, man, dude. Honestly, they're so expensive. Honestly, today, if you have time, go to the superstore, go to bulk barn, wherever you think you're going to save the most money.
Yeah.
Fill up a bag of like 3 or 4 scoops of almonds, and let me know what it comes to. It's like over $10.
Is that much?
It's goddamn expensive.
What about Costco?
Highway robbery.
Same deal.
I don't know if I see
they sell big bags. I know I get big bags there.
Well, maybe I'll do that. But then the thing is, I buy them sparingly because I'll eat them sparingly. But if I buy the big bulk thing of nuts, I'm gonna eat them way quicker.
I like when you say nuts.
Yeah.
And when you say big bulk of nuts.
A big bulk of nuts.
I get very excited when you say that.
Big bulk of nuts.
I'm slightly aroused. Well, sometimes you gotta swap out your nuts for bigger ones.
Sometimes you gotta nut up. Sometimes you just gotta nut.
That's the kind of day we're having, and nut up. Margaret says Costco, TK.
Okay.
Costco.
All right.
That's the key, I guess.
I think
Here's what we'll do.
I'll do it today.
Here's what we'll do. We'll take a trip together to Costco.
Yeah.
And we'll document it on Instagram.
I'm gonna go today, Tony. So
no, it's too late.
Okay. I was gonna say, do you want me to pick you up after the gym or?
Pick me up some nuts.
Okay, I'm not gonna pick you up after the gym.
Come on.
All right. So finally, just digressing into something less
nutty.
It's nice to win the lottery.
If you win the lottery, amazing.
It's great.
Changes your life.
This case, not so nice.
You can change others' lives. But you better change it for the right amount of money. Otherwise, those mofos are going to sue you. This is what happened here. A woman won a lottery. Unbelievable. North Carolina woman won the Powerball lottery. She thought her problems were over. Instead, her local pastor sued her for $10 million. She won the lottery. Her name is Marie Holmes. Won the lottery of $188 million in the Powerball. She ended up taking I guess you could take a lump sum for less. She took it for $127 million, which is still a decent chunk of change.
Not too bad.
Pretty big bag of nuts right there.
It's a lot of almonds.
On top of that, it's a lot of almonds. The mother she's a struggling mother of four, single mother of four, to pay the bills and all this stuff. Of course, works several jobs. Great win for someone like this. Is a person who deserves to win that kind of situation, right?
That's the person you're wishing while sitting at the halftime that gets the chance to shoot the basket.
That's the one you want to. Yeah, the halftime.
You want that to go in.
Half court shot.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. They win the $100,000. Boom.
I'm loving it.
So Kevin Matthews, a local pastor for a local church there where she lives, had given Holmes a spiritual help and counseling in the past, and claims that he and Holmes had a verbal commitment for a large donation to help Holmes purchase a parcel of land. Holmes and Matthews originally planned to work together to purchase the land for a retreat center. Center at Matthews' suggestion. Matthews is the pastor, of course, and he asked for approximately $1 to $2 million to facilitate the deal.
Where the hell does he get the 10 from?
Don't know. Holmes did pay Matthews $700,000 for the purchase of the land, but Matthews felt their verbal agreement entitled him to more. And so he did what everyone else does in the great USA.
Wow.
Sue.
Unbelievable.
Bottom line is, what he says, the bottom line is, I just want her to do what she said she was going to do. That's what he says. I want peace and to go. This is great. Quote unquote, I want peace and to do what God told me to do.
I swear to God, I was going to stop you and say, I swear if he says if God told him to do this.
This is what it is. I wanted to do what she was going to do. I really feel like a warrior for Christ. And people need to be accountable. Okay, so it's not good enough to get any donation, considering how large this donation is. It's not enough for him. He claims he had to ramp up the dosage of various antidepressants, he claims, and other medications as a result of the issues between him and Holmes. So now he's claiming some sort of backlash of his health and the whole thing.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's a story. So anyway, that's what happens. Last but not least, he says, I didn't see this coming, and I think it was a third party that if it was a third party that came along and told her to do this. So he's thinking someone else whispered in her ear, said, listen, you shouldn't be giving him that much. Only give him this much.
Oh, just only give him $700,000.
Yeah, go ahead. According to a report from Holmes had shelled out nearly $21 million to keep Lamar McDowell out from behind bars, which is someone else she helped. So she's helping other people. She's giving away money so he looked at that going, oh shoot, you gave this guy
$21 million
to help
a guy get out of jail.
Apparently, I mean, but listen, here's the thing: it's her money.
This is
Do
true.
what you want with it.
That's a down ass B.
That's a ride or die right there. So anyway, the man claims because of all these medical conditions, he's depressed, he's this, that. I'm going to sue her for $10 million. And that's what's happening.
Wow.
So you can't help anybody these days.
If your bail's at $21 million, Tony,
you better help me.
I don't know if I'm going to help you, man.
Yeah, Margaret says let's pray for him. Yeah, we got to pray for his ass.
This is sad on so many goddamn levels.
Jesus.
The fact that this lady had nothing for quite some time and was dealing with a lot of issues.
Yeah.
And then for her to come into this money, awesome job. And then to essentially, she's so generous to get one of her friends or relationship. I would assume it's a relationship thing. If you're bailing somebody out of jail for $21 million, it got to be something deeper than friendship.
Well, listen, maybe that person is whatever. Maybe he did something to help her out. I don't know.
Whatever. My whole point is this lady's being very generous. And then on top of the $21 million, she goes to her pastor. I'm sure she goes to this church quite frequently, or went there quite frequently, and was like, you know what? Here's $700,000. I could give you nothing and peace out. Yep. Like a lot of these other lottery stories we have talked about where people make an agreement and they just don't do anything at all.
Yeah.
The fact that she stood up to her word of I don't, well, I'm only going by what this guy's saying. It's like a $2 million, whatever. In fact, I don't trust this guy's word because just how his demeanor is.
I mean, yeah, it's a verbal agreement. Anything could have been said. Right. Who knows?
She still gave the man $700,000. I don't care, Tony. If I gave you $700,000, I think you'd be a happy person.
I'd be a happy pappy.
I don't think you'd come at me for another 10. Well, who knows?
I wouldn't sue you. I'd just say, give me the money.
Yeah, just give me the money.
Carrie says, without offending any religion, I think this is effing ridiculous, and God doesn't need your money. I mean,
no, I agree, and I hate when people say that goddamn excuse where, oh, it's the Lord telling me to do this, and the Lord is like, no, like you're extorting this woman's money, and so what you're saying is that your Lord is making you sin now.
Yeah,
I don't know.
What a cop-out.
Yeah, it's a little ridiculous, and I think on top of it, I know he's using his stature as a pastor, a man of God,
right?
To possibly, if this does go to court, they would feel bad for him in some certain way, in having that fear of Almighty God. If you don't sway the vote in my direction,
what a card to play.
He's a piece of shit for doing it.
Ultimately. Margaret's also commenting about the person that she's getting out of jail for $21 million. If she wasn't in a relationship with that person before, she is now. She owns him. Yeah, you can buy a human for about $21 million.
I think $21 million is a good amount to own a person.
That's a going rate for a human.
Yeah, that's for a couple humans.
you can get a couple humans, maybe a whole family for $10 million. I don't know. $21 million.
Yeah, she should have been like, who else can I bail out?
Yeah, well,
can I get a 2-for-1 special?
Auditions and shit. Yeah, bring them on. Anyway, shitty thing to do and shitty thing to use the Lord's name.
It doesn't stop,
to back your story. So
it doesn't stop.
When you think people are low, like we said before, people can always go a little bit lower.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Lord is my witness. Tomorrow will be a great show, and you're gonna want to tune in because we have our friend from Venus Envy, Christine, showing up with some products that she will discuss and talk about. It's gonna be a good show. We're gonna talk about those things and as well the normal run of the show.
Yeah, we'll get her opinion on some of the stories we be doing
from a female perspective.
Yeah, so it's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be a good show. Tomorrow we'll be doing it at the normal time, I believe.
We'll be back 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're doing your meeting at 5.
I got a meeting at 5. You're going to the gym.
I'm gonna go run for the 21st day in a row.
Yes.
Another 5-6 kilometers. Another 7 days to go, and then I'm done that challenge.
Ooh, it's over.
I know it's close.
Yeah, but now you're gonna want to do it more though.
I know, I kind of do though.
You created the habit.
I did create the habit, and
maybe not that early in the morning, but you like it early in the morning like that.
I like it early in the morning like that.
Ooh, baby.
So yeah, I'm gonna be doing that after the show, and that's about it. I don't really have much planned for the rest of the evening. Maybe I'll go out and finish my goddamn books because I can't seem to finish them in the house.
That's always a good idea,
right? Or work on something.
Yogi just joined. Yo, dude, you're in the show late, but we start early tomorrow, man, at 5 o'clock.
Yogi, you're not gonna miss. You're not gonna want to miss tomorrow's show. Trust me.
You definitely want to see the toys that are gonna be here tomorrow. Right up your alley, kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. That's it. And tonight, nothing much, man. I'm gonna chill and do some work, and then back at it tomorrow.
Also, anybody want to join your boy at the gym? Holla at me.
Hit him up.
I like it when other people join me.
We got to go to the gym together.
I know. Well, you like going to Canada games. I'm a good life man.
Come on, dude.
Can we do like a day pass at a?
You can do day pass.
Okay.
Where, Canada games?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can do day pass. I think I can even bring it in for nothing.
Oh.
I got that pull. I got that little.
Okay. Maybe do something. I was gonna say on the weekend, but we're away on the weekend. So.
Oh yeah, we'll be away, but
maybe next week.
Yeah, maybe next week.
Anyways,
we'll do a little session.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in yet again to another episode of Talking Trends. We will be back tomorrow, as we said, 5 o'clock, and we hope to see you and your close loved ones there as well.
Yeah. Peace, everybody.
All right, have a good day, everybody. Peace.